Welcome everyone. Today we will learn how to create a simple Angular application using two OpenAI models, ChatGPT 3.5 and DALL-E. We'll use Bootstrap to create a simple UI. So go to Visual Studio and open a new terminal window, type ngn to create a new Angular application, define the name. I would skip test and inline styles just to keep it simple. If you want to learn the Angular CLI basic commands, you can check out my video. I will put the link in the description below. So skip Angular routing and select CSS style. Cool. Open the project containing folder. So we have a simple structure with just HTML, TypeScript, and module files. So open a new terminal window. We'll create a new service to make HTTP requests against the OpenAI. Go to the source app folder and use the nggs command to create a new service called OpenAI. Let me at the right top. Okay, we have our OpenAI service. Go to the official OpenAI documentation. I'll provide all the links in the description below. So first of all, you need to create an account, and OpenAI will give you a free trial with 5 credits or $5. I have these remaining credits. So here, introduction says that we need to install this Node.js library. So copy the command and paste in terminal window to install all the dependencies needed to use OpenAI version 4. We need to authenticate using API keys, but before that, let's check the code. This is a sample code for Node.js, but this code is from version 3, so we won't use it. We will perform requests directly using this URL. So let's create a new method called getGPTResponse. We'll take the prompt as string and will return observable. We will use a built-in HTTP client provided by Angular. So inject this client in the constructor, import this class front Angular common HTTP. We also need to import the module. So here in imports right at the HTTP client module, the same path for the class itself, and here call HTTP.post. Take a look at the response from the GPT 3.5. We have this JSON format, and we'll use this content property. We're focused on just the content. So let me declare this similar model in the response. So is choices, that is an array. Choices contains message, and message contains the content. Perfect. And here this parameter has the URL. The second parameter is the body. In this case, I would take this first two parameters, the model, the GPT 3.5, and the content here will be the argument. I will add a new property called max tokens, limit the response length 256. Nice. And the final parameter is an object that contains the headers, and here is important the OpenAI key. We need to define the content type, get rid of the single quotes, content type in JSON format, and the authorization header. As you can see, the authorization header is blurred, and interpolate the OpenAI key. So define a new property called OpenAI key. So go to this link provided by documentation, and here we create a new secret key, copy the value, paste it here, here in the authorization header, interpolate the value, OpenAI key. Nice. And finally, let's use the pipe function, the map operator, to just take the content test. Cool. So we have created the GPT response method. And now how to get DALL-E images. So go to the second URL. That is for DALL-E API, how to make HTTP requests with this URL. The content type and the authorization header are the same, but the body parameters are different. So let me copy this method and paste it. I call it DALL-E response. That will receive a title. Be the title, and the response object is different. Is a data array with an URL property. Copy the URL. The body parameters are different. Prompt is the title, and the number of images, let's limit to 1, and the size, let's define it as 512 square size, and the headers are the same, and pipe or map the results. You just take the URL from the first data element. So far so good. We have our two methods to use in our application. Now use Bootstrap to use a simple car component. So to install Bootstrap, copy this command, install all the Bootstrap dependencies, and here in the dots, the index.html, it's important to add 2 lines of code. The first one is this link tag in the head section. So go to the index.html, paste the first line of code, and the second one is this script in the body section. Nice. So now we're ready to build our simple HTML. Remove all the sample HTML code, and here go to the for control. We'll use a simple input to get the search test that the user wants to pass. So let me copy this div, paste it here. We'll cut the ID of the input as input and define the associated label. What do you want to discover? And use an engine model attribute to bind the input's value to a property. Okay, in this case will be search test property. The engine model needs to import the fonts module in order to use the engine model directive. Declare the search test variable. It's a simple string, and add a button to get the results. Let me copy this primary button, copy and paste it here. We'll define adding from the div and margin top of the button. We'll call this button search, and a click event to get results based on calling a method get results. Get results, perfect. How we will display the content? Go to the Bootstrap documentation and look for cat, specifically card group. Okay, we have here card groups. The idea is to show this simple UI with 3 elements: the image, the title, and the description. The title and the description will come from GPT 3.5 and the images from DALL-E. So use this HTML sample code, paste it here, and just get rid of the last 2 card divs. And yeah, we'll use an ng4 directive to iterate over an array results. This results property will contain all the information provided by OpenAI models. So the result will be an array that contains the title, the description, and the image. So the source attribute will be result.image. Use interpolation to pass the title, and similarly for the description, result that description. Remove this p tag. Cool, we have our HTML defined. Go to the add component TypeScript and call or get the results, making HTTP requests against the DALL-E and ChatGPT 2.5. So add a constructor to inject the OpenAI service. In order to call the methods here, just define a prompt, a simple prompt to get just 3 results. So the idea is get 3 results from, okay, we'll use backticks to use interpolation from the search test input value, fine, and get or use the following format just to transform the test into an object. Use the following JSON format. It will be an array with 2 properties, the title and the description. And here just retrieve the results, save in a local property called GPT results. Let me use a way async. Will be a synchronous operation. Use the first value from vector from RCS to take the first emitted value from the observable. So call the OpenAI service that get GPT response and pass the prompt. So here GPT results a string. So how to convert into an object? Use the JSON and parse function to convert this into an object, and the object will be an array that contains the title and the description. So far so good. We have our title and description, but we need to set the results property using this GPT results. So use the mat function and return object with the title provided by GPT and the description. Image at the moment will be a default loading image. Go to Google and search for loading image. Let me use a free image, this one. Why not? Copy image link. So we have the title and description. Now call the DALL-E method to get the images associated according to the title. So call OpenAI service that get DALL-E response. First of all, call the results and use for each method to iterate over each element. So here we'll call DALL-E response and get results based on the title. So describe to observable and set the image to the DALL-E response. So far so good. And parentheses. So that's it. We have our results, title, description from GPT 3.5 and DALL-E images. Save all, and here in the command prompt, just type ngs and add the old flag to run open a new browser the application. Here we go. We have our simple input and button elements from Bootstrap. Search for mouse with animals in the world, and let's see what happens. Cool. We have title and description is a default loading image, and here we go. We have the respected images. For the naked mole rat is still loading. It seems that it doesn't contain any image, so let's search for most beautiful places in the world. Click search and let's see how it works. We have a title and description provided by GPT 3.5 and images are loading. Okay, we have all the images provided by DALL-E. So far so good.